Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Elder Trolls Gaming Podcast. We got a show for you today. But first, let's introduce our trolls here. We got Nasty Nate up here in the top left. We got Dan Dolph the Wise, and I am Take It Easy Jono. On today's show, we're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be talking about video game to movie adaptations. We'll talk about that a bit later. You know, that's our main juicy piece. But first, how you guys doing? Doing okay?
Pretty good.
Just fine.
Just fine.
Nothing too exciting to report on the personal front.
I went out last night, had a bit of a late night and a late morning. And I don't feel great, but, we got to power through sometimes.
In fact, I think I'm still a little drunk.
No. Okay.
He wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad last night. I've seen him worse.
The worst I've ever seen him was when we drove across Canada together in the RV. That was just like, you weren't even human anymore. You were just like
It was a bag of booze.
Just a big walking bottle of booze.
Yeah.
That was Calgary Stampede, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, that was that night, I think.
Yeah, and then he puked in the RV toilet, kept flushing it.
On top of all the crap that had already been there for the first
from five of us. The next day we had like a 8-hour drive to the next campsite or something.
Well, it was funny because I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god!
Oh, maybe I guess this was before. I guess this was
fucking brutal.
This memory was before that, but I remember driving through. I think it was Saskatchewan, and we were like, we weren't sure what we were smelling. If it was like the sulfur fields in Saskatchewan, which are a thing, and they're notorious for stinking while you're driving through the plains. Apparently, everybody who's driven through Saskatchewan always talks about that. And I wasn't sure what we were smelling, if it was that or our bathroom that we probably hadn't unloaded in who knows how long, a couple of days or something.
Well, we did it every day, didn't we? Yeah.
We did it.
I don't know.
Yeah, we did it at every campsite.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Either way.
It's just that the Calgary Stampede, we didn't stay at a campsite. We stayed at the Walmart parking lot.
That's right.
Yeah,
that is why that happened. Yeah, we didn't have a chance to empty
We should have just dumped it in the Walmart
parking lot. Like green sewage, like glowing in the parking lot.
Just like mutating creatures and.
It's like going, and whoever else is parked in the parking lot, their like cars are like sinking into the ground.
Acid. There are other campers are like,
nasty.
Smell that, honey?
It's a sulfur fields.
What does that smell?
I didn't think they reached this far.
It's a Balrog from Morgoth. Stinking up the fucking.
What is that?
Shit
Stink.
Demon. The shit demon.
Oh, man.
Like on
That's funny.
Dogma.
Yeah.
Coming out of that toilet for sure. There was some evil up in there.
So I think we got a Nasty Nate has something.
Cashback
that he did. Yeah, this cashback fucking dumbass. I think you need to tell people for maybe if they're interested in the product. I mean, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So I've been looking at like cashback credit cards for gamers, and there's one that's starting up in the States called Mana or something like that, like a debit thing or something like that. I don't know. But I was like, well, Canada's got to have something. So I did some digging, and there was only one. And it's this Coho cashback MasterCard, or a prepaid MasterCard, where you load it, you buy your games, and every game from the PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, Steam store, you get 5% cashback on your prepaid MasterCard. That's the only one in Canada. So I was like, oh, sweet. I'm going to sign up for this thing. So I sign up for it, and I get through the whole signing in process, and they told me to use like a gamer code, like this Coho Gamers coupon code or whatever, and I thought I had used it. Went through the setup process, got into my account, and it looked weird to me. It didn't look like it was personalized for gamers. It was just like a regular old bank account. And I'm going through and I'm trying to get all the details. Their like FAQ page was all shitty. I didn't find any answers, so I had to open up a chat with this person. And while I'm doing this, I'm like, oh, Jonathan. I'm like, yo, you should get this cashback credit card, prepaid credit card. He's like, okay. I was like, oh, if I invite you, I get $20 and you get $20. So I send him a code. And he puts in the code, and like 2 seconds later, I was like, uh-oh. I was like, hold on. I was like, hold on, wait. I think you need this code. And he's like, well, I already used the other one. I was like, well, that was fucking fast. Like, that was faster than you'd usually do anything.
It was fast. I clicked on it, and it fucking went right through. So,
But it turned out to be...
Before that, what was funny is the reason that this kind of discrepancy came about, because I remember, Jonathan, you were like, oh, you got to send a video to like verify your identity with the account or whatever, right? With the card.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I was like, what?
I didn't have to.
I didn't need to send a video. And Jonathan's like, well, then you haven't done it right. And then that's when they started. Oh my God.
But I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to send a video or a driver's license. Or
moral of the story was we didn't get any cashback
because
credit
I
card.
opened up the wrong account.
Because
In fact,
he opened the
they
wrong
just
fucking
gave
thing.
their information
and then he
away.
and then he sent me the link to the wrong thing as well. So we both did
Signed up
not
for nothing.
get this cashback credit card. But why don't you?
Oh man.
Why don't you tell
Yeah.
them what the cashback
And the
credit card is?
Okay. Well, on this cashback prepaid card, you get 5% cashback on gaming purchases in the Steam store, Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, and I think there was one other one I can remember. 5% back. So I'm talking to the support girl on the chat, and I'm like, I don't see anywhere where it says I get 5% back. What's going on? She's like, oh, no, you didn't open up a gamer's account. You opened up a regular account, which is like 1.5 or 0.5% back. I was like, that's shit. I was like, you're telling me I can't like switch it to a gamer account? She's like, nope. I'm like, there's no way for you to just switch me over to a gaming account to get the 5. That's why I opened the fucking account. And she's like, no, it's impossible. I don't have the power. I'm like, how is that impossible? I'm like, okay, well, I'll just sign up with a different email address. She's like, no, once you're in the system, you can't open up another account. It'll just link you back to this one. I'm like, so I just fucked up and fucked us out of 5% cashback. And she's like, yep, pretty much. I was like, fuck's sake.
And I'm
Then I was like,
watching.
I don't trust her. I was like, I don't trust her. I'm gonna try to open up a new account. And I tried to do it, and it's like, here's your account. You mean this account? And it's like,
Loser.
No.
But I was watching these guys talking about it because we have a group chat. And I'm at work just watching this unfold before my eyes in the group chat as each new message comes in. And at first, Nathaniel was like, oh, the 5% gaming credit card. I was like, oh, that sounds like a cool idea. Maybe I'll look into it. And as soon as this conversation was done, it's like, well, I guess that's the end of that.
Well, no,
It's
you
funny
can still
because,
do it.
I
You
could
can still
actually.
do
I
it.
could do it probably for all of us. But I guess
I was just gonna use Alma, her phone
Yeah.
number and name, and I was just gonna open one again.
either way, it doesn't matter really.
Yeah. Cool.
That's
Fuck's
funny.
sake.
That is funny.
That's fucking stupid.
Because of course Jonathan just dives right in. Eh? Oh, okay. Takes it.
Yeah,
fucking
God, that's a
does
good
it.
idea.
Oh, he's a good idea, and he trusted me to have good how do you say source material? No, good.
Well, it had fucking. It said right in the link, get $20. Get $20 for a referral. I'm like, oh, we both get $20. Cool. Click on it. You need to fucking use a gamer code, not your stupid referral code, you idiot. Anyway, now we don't have cashback. We're-
Yes, now we
Right.
don't have the cashback.
fuck's sake.
I can't believe that's the only one though. Especially through the pandemic, you would think some kind of credit card company would be like, "Oh, we should capitalize on this whole gaming boom that's happening," right? Like,
It's true.
nope, I guess not. But
What
they'd
else?
have to get in contact with like PlayStation and do all that kind of stuff, you know. And we all know how PlayStation is. Another thing was, everyone knows I'm on the fence about buying a Nintendo Switch. So I was like, well, I jump over to the Best Buy website and they have this like weird Black Friday sale in July. It's called. So I was like, oh sweet. So I go right to the video game tab because that's where I go on Best Buy.
Another
I go
scam
straight-
for Nasty Nate to jump right into fucking head first.
So I go into the Best Buy website, go to the tab, I'm like, oh shit! I do all my filters. I go, Nintendo Switch, in stock, Best Buy only, yada yada yada. So I narrow down, and I see all these like Nintendo products on sale. I'm like, this is unheard of. This doesn't happen. And then I'm like, oh wow, I'm like $70 off a Switch. That's pretty sick. That's pretty good. All this stuff, and then I look down into this fine print, and it's like open box, refurbished. Like open box, like every item was either open box or refurbished on sale. Like that's not a fucking sale. That's a garage sale. Like fuck them, man. Like that made me so angry. I was like, I'm not buying this shit.
But it was
on
by,
sale. Like,
was it sold by Best Buy?
yeah,
Or was it
yeah.
by third party? Like
No,
third
I
party
checked
sellers?
the box when I was doing my filters. I made sure it said sold and shipped by Best Buy, and all that stuff because that's how you have to filter out all those third party scalpers, right, for all the PlayStations and stuff.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah, that's fucking
Like,
dumb.
wow.
It's like here.
It's so stupid.
Well, that happened to me the other week. Remember, I sent Daniel a link to a OLED. There was an OLED that was on sale. So I thought. I was like, oh, that's a good deal. It was like, what was it? It was like $989 for a 48-inch C1 LG,
Something like that.
and I was like, fuck, that's a good fucking deal. Holy shit, that's like a $1,400 TV. And I sent him the link. I'm like, wait a minute, this is fucking open box. Why are they advertising sale items on their front fucking page that are open box?
Yeah.
Like it's like sale TVs are on sale, and then they send you to used shit. Like what the fuck is this? Like
Like they
Best
should have their
Buy is-
own thing for that, man.
Best
Buyer
Buy is
beware.
so dumb. They're so fucking dumb.
Just you got to beware. They're sneaky because they got to get rid of that shit, right? Even though like I have a buddy who worked for Best Buy, and he's like, usually those open box are people who like regret buying it, or
Right. So for
They
the most
buy
part,
it.
they're probably fine.
yeah, or they
the
buy
most
it to
part.
switch a product in to return it, right? So
gross.
then-
That's fucking greasy.
yeah, that's fucking greasy. So you could get an open box and it'd work, but it could be because someone bought the thing, replaced it with their old one, and was like, "Oh, it doesn't work," and returned it to Best Buy. So they keep the brand new one, they put their old one in the box and give it back to Best Buy.
Well, actually, for LGs anyway, for TVs, for the LG OLEDs, you can check the watch hours on them, how long
Oh,
they've
really?
been used. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know.
Nice. That's a
I
good
don't know
idea.
if other TVs do that, but the LGs do.
You take
like,
it out
oh,
of the
you-
box, bring it home.
It's like a million hours. Like, what the fuck is this? They have a
Cool
fucking
though, because I'd
warranty,
be
though.
interested in getting a nice.
Yeah.
The only TV I've ever bought for myself is the one that I'm using now, from Best Buy, but it wasn't open box. I don't think. And but man, yeah,
No.
nice sweet deal on an OLED. Fuck, that would have been sweet.
If you get it refurbished through Best Buy and it has the Geek Squad sticker on it, then the Geek Squad refurbished ones give you like full warranty. So that's what it says. It says all Geek Squad certified open box products come with full warranties, whether it's provided by the manufacturer or Geek Squad. So
That's pretty good.
Cool.
As long
Pretty
as you're not
good.
getting from fucking like the third party marketplace
third party,
sellers,
yeah.
because you have no idea. Actually, Pam saw a thing on the news, like some news story about that, about people who are buying stuff from the Best Buy like refurbished or whatever marketplace, and like they're all just junk and they couldn't get their returns, like they came scratched, like screens scratched, that kind of shit, and they couldn't like they got screwed out of it because these marketplace sellers are just
yep.
crooks.
And the Best Buy's not going to do anything, right? They're like, oh, yeah, that was on the Best
Yeah.
Buy website, but it's not Best Buy. You're
Exactly.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But if it's
Right, that's
from
dumb.
Best Buy, the Geek Squad refurbished, then that's
Yeah,
pretty
look
good.
for the sticker. Look for the sticker.
Yeah, I'd say, Daniel, you should get a C1. Get a nice little OLED. You see one.
So what do you
the
mean
Best Buy.
they're on their way out? So they're going to stop producing them. They're going to stop
They're
shipping
old
them.
model.
Old model. eh?
C1 is 2021's model. So the
Jeez.
the
And
new
that's like
ones
the
are out.
$1,500 one.
Yeah, brand new. I think it's $1,400 for a 48-inch.
Is there going to be
Because they
another replacing that at the same price point? Like, well, how does that work?
There's a 42-inch C2. I don't know how much it
Okay.
is, but yeah, they made a 42-inch this year, and I think
Oh.
Sony did as well. Sony made a smaller one of their OLED.
I was thinking, What if I wanted to replace my gaming monitor with an OLED TV to game on it, like a fucking 42-inch or something? Is there such thing as or the lowest is 48-inch OLED TV?
There's 42-inch C2, LG C2.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That's the 120 hertz, right?
Yeah, it'd be 120.
Well, I was gonna say like 42 is
4K
it's not like
OLED?
it's small, but I have 49, and I wouldn't want anything.
Yeah,
smaller
but on your
right
PC,
here.
fuck, that would be sick. Gaming on
42
that
would be
42
sweet.
inch.
OLED?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about.
That'd be sick, actually. I don't know how much they are, the C2, the 42.
Because I was looking at the Alienware, the new QD OLED Alienware, fucking $1,600 Canadian. Like, nope, sorry.
Yeah. Well, it'll be fucking similar. Actually, it's, oh my
No.
God, no way.
What?
$1,800 for the C2 42-inch. Like, what? What are they
Let me just
doing?
get my TV again.
Like, what?
50 inch. That's not
That
120
is
hertz.
No
that's
way.
a bit pricey.
48 inches,
That's-
$19.99.
Wow, that's crazy. Never mind then. I suppose I'll stay with this monitor. It's a pretty good
Although-
monitor.
The
think I'm-
48-inch is 19.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's actually
It's just because
crazy.
I think like the 32-inch 2K resolution. I'm always playing games in 4K now, and I'm upscaling the resolution. So I don't know. Might as well just get a 4K monitor, right?
Yeah.
Blah.
But I won't be hitting 165 frames in anything anymore.
No.
No.
Nope. I mean, the C1's a good monitor. Lots of people use it. The 48-inch, big fucking.
Oh yeah. Is that one 120 hertz as well? As long as I can get over 60
Yeah, 120.
frames per second.
120.
Nice.
All right. Should we move on to game time here? We got anything else?
We can do game time. I got some
Game
game
time.
time. Got some game time. Game time talk.
Oh, do you?
Let's
we
hear
could start with my main and only one is the Skull and Bones 2022 gameplay reveal. I know Nasty Nate watched the 7 minutes of it. I did as well.
Yeah.
I don't think Take It Easy Jono did.
I just saw the trailer.
But this one's an interesting one for me because I mean we've talked about obviously I love Sea of Thieves, I love pirates, etc. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a pirate. I
I
love
always
the
wanted to be a
Goonies.
pirate.
I love the
One-eyed Willy.
Goonies. Yeah, exactly. You know all that.
You know,
stuff,
Daniel, it's
right?
funny
So
that
any
you say
pirate-
that because I remember us telling you to watch Black Sails 1,001
I know.
times, and you never
I
did.
started it, and then I started getting buffer problems. And when I start getting buffer problems in Plex, and I try and I do what I can to solve the problem, and it doesn't get fixed, I just get flustered and I turn it off. So I haven't picked it back up.
And,
It's like an aversion thing. I will eventually.
and it's so
Anyway.
good.
So yeah. Anyway, so Skull and Bones 2022 gameplay reveal. 7 minutes was revealed from Ubisoft. Now this is an interesting one because the first reveal I think for the game was 2018 at E3. And there's kind of I noticed some differences, but I could just be noticing things that they're not showing this time around. I don't know if I'm crazy or what, but I noticed that back in the 2018 version, I'll start with that one. There were like really cool cutscenes, like story-based characters and cutscenes walking around with like a script and everything, and it just seemed like a single-player game, like a cutscene from the beginning of it or whatever. There were really cool ship selection menus, like really nice ornate graphic design and all this stuff. Whoops. And I didn't see any of that in the menus kind of look, but again, they might not have showed it. I don't know. But back in the 2018 clip, the ship mechanics look better. Like the sailing and everything looked a lot smoother. And there was this first mate. You had a first mate beside you named Mr. Mercy.
First
Smee.
Nate?
First
mate.
Nate, Mr. Smee. Okay, so what are you saying? That the game looks completely different?
It
as
looks like
to
it's
what-
almost a different game now because there was no Mr. Mercy in the new gameplay, and it was in first person as opposed to third person. And so I'm starting to wonder, like, did they kind of overhaul it, but like not really talk about it?
Well,
And,
it's been in development
because-
for so long.
I know, but that's the thing. So maybe they just did away with some elements and they're not really going to talk about it because why would you if you're just going to chase been so long since 2000?
Wait.
You know what I mean?
It was first person before? I don't remember that.
In the new gameplay, I kept seeing first person shots of your hands on the wheel, like Sea of Thieves, right?
Okay,
But in the 2018 version, it was not. It was in third person, unless you could change it.
Yes, you can, because in the new trailer, you see your character third person walking around the town to do your upgrades and stuff. But once you get on the ship, I think
Maybe
I
it
don't know
goes
if
to
I don't
first
know if it
person
like
when you.
plops you into like the pilot or like the captain's seat in front of the wheel and puts you in first person. Like I don't know, it didn't show you walking around. Did it show you walking around the ship?
On the ship? No, not
I didn't
really.
see that.
But there was no. Again, my big one is there was no first mate named Mr. Mercy, and I was like, okay, well, who was that, and why would he be on that one ship in the original gameplay video in 2018 and not this one?
Yeah, I think
Is he
they
a
just
story
did a whole-
character? Is there like a story mode versus online mode? I was like, okay, this is kind of
This is,
strange.
it's a bit wonky here. I don't know.
But it
don't know
reminded
what
me
this is.
of the big example is I don't know if you guys remember this because you didn't play a lot of Splinter Cell games, I don't think. But Splinter Cell Conviction was a game that came out, I don't know the year. But when they showed the reveal, it was like pretty mind-blowing because it was the most like I guess unique looking Splinter Cell game because it was you were Sam Fisher, but you were washed up, you were out of the NSA or whatever. Long hair, beard, you were on the run, you had this shoulder bag, civilian clothes, and you were blending into crowds like Assassin's Creed and stuff, and you were doing that kind of stuff, right? And that was the reveal. I was like, oh, that looks cool, as opposed to the same old, night vision goggles, whatever. But then when it actually came out, there was none of that. They totally overhauled the game, and it was just another Splinter Cell game that I heard was still good, like cool, but it wasn't that unique take that I was looking forward to. So maybe they did a similar thing, and they just don't.
Ubisoft.
It's still Ubisoft, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
What the hell?
Anyway, so I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Maybe they did they changed some stuff, but
Would be
all
cool
these
to
things
have
that
a-
I noticed just seemed gone. And again, they could just be showing other facets and not the ones that I saw first. But you'd think you'd still get the same impression. The
Did the
explosions
visuals
kind
look
of
the same?
kind of,
graphics?
but not. I don't know. I thought they looked a little better. Again, I could be crazy, but the explosions kind of
worse.
looked like shit. I remember
okay
seeing
to me.
the ships explode. I was like, that looks like that was like 2015 kind of explosion.
That's an old fucking game. It's gonna,
Yeah,
That
maybe
explosion
it's
looks
right.
like,
It's like the
That
engine.
explosion
I
looks
don't know.
like it's from 2015. That's a 2015 explosion.
Hey, where else can we say that kind of stuff if not in gaming? I mean, that's a very real thing. But I guess it could be the engine. My final
weird.
thought on the whole thing was these gamers commenting on the YouTube reveal. They're saying shit like.
oh, they were upset.
They were absolutely ripping it apart. Obviously, right? Every
Wow.
single comment was like toxic fucking gamer cloud, green gaseous cloud. It was like most of them were saying like, "Oh, it'd be nice if you could actually get off your ship and board enemy ships." And I was like, "Well, you could clearly get off your ship. They just showed you walking, or at least at the port in third person. They show you walking around. So I don't know what that was about." And then I'm quite sure the voiceover lady specifically said boarding maneuvers, like you prepare for boarding maneuvers. So I don't know. It's also these toxic gamers don't help these releases whatsoever because they give it like a bad fucking name before the game is even out. And then that word of mouth spreads and then, you know what I mean? All the negativity. So we'll see if we try and
Jeez.
play it.
It would be
We'll
cool.
find out.
It'd be a sweet idea. I mean,
If it's just gonna be a Sea of Thieves,
there's no release date still?
oh yeah, it's
I think it's supposed to
it's-
be November, but I don't know if the reveal actually said that or not.
I think they did. I think they had a release date for it.
Anyway, maybe. Regardless, we shall see.
Oh, maybe not.
That's what I'm looking forward to seeing this year in terms of gameplay, in terms of playing games.
Okay.
I have been playing. Well, Nathaniel, you were there. Daniel, you have not joined us, but we started playing Fall Guys. We had a nice online game of Fall Guys going. We had a full squad of 4. It was hilarious. But then we had a 5th join. which is problematic because the squad is only 4 people.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So we had no way of adding a 5th person. We had to try to create 2 parties and then queue in the same game to try to get into the same game at the same time, which did not work. Does not work.
Yeah.
But it could have been because Squirt's cross-platform settings maybe were wonky, so it wasn't.
No, he
letting
said
him-
it was on, and I was on
yeah,
Xbox.
Yeah, but he was getting some error, wasn't he? Remember about the cross-platform something?
No.
Anyway,
But what if you
so
had
what we want to
5
do?
or
What
4
if you have 5?
people in the other squad? Like, how would they still end up joining you, another squad of 4, if there was 4 other friends? You know what I mean?
You
One
can't.
person. Oh,
It's only a maximum of 4. But I was going to say you can create custom games if you have 10 people. So you have to have 10 people. So we should get people together. Get Daniel. I'm sure your friends play Fall Guys or have played. It's free.
I have played it.
It's free. Free to download. Free on Epic Games Store on PC. Free on Xbox and PS5. Right? I believe. Even on Switch,
I'm
probably.
sure.
Actually, probably not free on Switch, but maybe. Anyway, I think it's free. So if we get 10 people, we can create a custom game and play against like a bunch of friends and people we know, which would be fucking hilarious. Like obstacle course.
It is funny, yeah.
Like we were able to get 5 people. I'm sure we could get 5 more.
You could just toss it up on our Twitter too.
Yeah, toss it
Like,
up on
you-
Twitter. Get people to
And
join.
even our podcast friends could.
Yeah,
So-
that would be funny.
You need 10 people in order to create your own custom game?
Custom game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's something I want to try. So talk to your people.
I'll
talk
send
to
a
my
message
people.
to my group chats. Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be really funny.
But just find a date.
Because
We'll just
were
find a
having,
date and be like, okay, we're going to be playing Fall Guys on this night, and the
Yeah.
code will pop up and join.
Do it on like a
It'll be
Friday
fun.
night or something?
Yeah.
Friday night Fall
It'll be-
Guys?
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
We played it and it was hilarious. They have a bunch of new stuff that I haven't played in a while. So there was a bunch of new courses like obstacle courses and races, which were really cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
We won our first crown.
Oh yeah, we won a couple too. Yeah.
We won
I
like the
have
first
won.
like 2 or 3 games that we played. We won.
Actually,
crown.
that's true. The first time I ever played, I won. I won
Oh.
a game. I don't
Well, then I
remember.
guess it's not so special.
Playing against
and I
bots.
just tried
Were we
it. I
playing
went to
against
Thrill
bots?
Houses. I went to Thrill Houses. He was like, "Here, Dan, give this a try." He just put the controller in my hands. I was like, "Okay." And I was just like playing this random match where you had to go around and steal people's tail. I guess
Ugh, I
the
hate
tail
that
one.
one.
Yeah.
And I fucking won it somehow through all these people. I don't know how many people in the game, and I won the crown. I was like, "Nice."
Well,
I'd do it
did you
again.
see the short? Did you see the short that I posted? That was the game that we.
I don't. When did you? Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch it yet.
Of the I was just bunny hopping around, boing, 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 and people were like falling trying to grab me, and I was like, ah! And I was the only one left, and they're like 5 seconds, and I'm just like bouncing around, and I qualified
It's definitely
because
super
everyone
fun.
else was dead.
Yeah.
It was sweet.
It's pretty sweet.
I do like it.
Another
Cool.
another thing I have. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Pam brought it to my attention. It's some drama in the Final Fantasy 14 community. So
Uh-oh.
get this. There was a guild, or an FC, as it's called, a free company, they're called, a role-playing guild, an ERP, okay? These guys are a role-playing guild. They bought billboards, IRL, in real life, billboard spaces to advertise their FC event fucking party,
Oh my
okay?
God.
But like that alone is like, what the hell are you doing? But that's not even it. They use like the Final Fantasy logo. They use like Square
Oh my
Enix, all
God.
their shit. Like they use everything on the billboard, like copyrighted stuff.
That is
They
not
featured they featured players on the billboard with their gamer tags that didn't even
Cha-ching.
know this was happening. These guys didn't know it was happening. They put them on the billboard And they were using third-party add-ons, like set mods, which is against the rules. It's a bannable offense. And they have a fucking giant billboard showing them that they have third-party mods on their character, all this shit with their fucking names, and they didn't even know that that it was happening. So apparently, Square Enix hasn't even commented on it yet. They're like kind of like not even.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know, but man, like this is so dumb. Like showing that you're hacking and modding the game on a giant billboard, advertising your stupid rave party for your role playing guild. Like, man, it's so dumb.
I wonder if
is
Square
the big
Enix is like
thing.
waiting. They're just waiting to spring the, you know what I mean? Because they might be formulating a plan. They might have it. They might have to kind of talk about it. It's down, you know, on the, you know what I mean?
Maybe. It's
wild.
And then sue these people to the fucking moon.
Well, that's it. Maybe they might fucking hit him with something. Because if they, but I
But
mean,
the thing is, apparently the people on the billboards didn't even know this was happening. It was someone else from the.
Didn't know
from
the party,
guild.
the rave was happening?
No, didn't know the billboards were going up.
Oh.
Like, imagine just
Right.
being on a billboard and you're like, what the hell? That's my character.
that's my character. That's my gamer tag.
Yeah. Uh-oh. It's showing that I use third-party mods to augment my appearance. Yeah.
That is weird.
That's messed up.
I wonder. I'm just briefly. I just wonder what would be the repercussions for using. The big one is the Square Enix logos and all the copyrighted shit, right? Because they're not making money from that billboard. So I just wonder what the tiny.
could be.
I don't know.
Unless they're charging for admission. Like if they're charging for admission and shit
Yeah,
for this
then it'd
rave
be-
party, then that would be a fucking problem.
No,
I just wonder if there's no money being transferred, what would be
Not
if
real
it's
money.
less?
Well, if
know,
you were
it
like
would be real
driving
money.
down, if you're driving down the highway and you see this Final Fantasy billboard and you're like, wow, I have to get into this rave party. And you're some random person, right? That means you got to sign up for Final Fantasy Online. You got to buy the game and then you get into the rave. So Square Enix would be making money.
Right. So
But
that's
also,
why I wonder.
But you also have, like, kids could see it. They had their Discord advertised on there, too.
Wow.
So, like, what if you have, like,
fuck.
kids, or not young kids, but, like, people underage. They're like, oh, we'll go into this Discord. Also, a bunch of people joined their fucking Discord too from this and like started trolling, and
Wow,
but like you
obviously.
could have a bunch of kids join the Discord and they do like weird sex shit in those fucking
Oh, yeah.
role playing
Nice.
servers. You know what I mean? Like you have kids joining the Discord and like seeing all this shit. Like what the fuck?
It's a rave,
It's super
man.
weird.
Okay,
Super
man.
fucking weird.
Well, there's
This is
a,
almost
Very
as bad
strange
as
community.
the World of
I heard-
Warcraft
yeah,
funeral.
and I heard another free company does like, it could be this one, does like a sex role play where they actually have like a corner in the Golden Nugget and you
Yeah.
go there and you pay
No.
them gil and they'll like dance for you and do this
Yeah.
crazy shit for you.
It's probably you go over to their house, their guild house.
Yeah, okay, that might
Like
be
that's
it, yeah.
where this is like hosted, like their big guild house or whatever. And
Oh,
What's
okay.
the name of this? What's the name of this rave party?
how much get in? How much guild we talking?
Let's talk turkey.
Yeah, but anyway, that was,
Oh my god,
that's
that
the
is
news from the
fucking
Final
stupid.
Fantasy 14. Yeah, 14.
What a
fucking
nightmare.
world.
Where was the Where were the billboards? Do we know what city this was in?
I'm not sure. No, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Wow.
And I can't imagine the players behind these. You know, really.
I can imagine. It's funny because Pam, like when her guild, she's on and she like is like always showing me. It's like, look at this, because they do go to the Golden Nugget or whatever, and they're all over the place. These weird RP people who like just dance and like, and they like role play in the public places. And she's like, look at this, and I'm looking over, and there's just the weirdest shit happening. Like people with big chicken heads. And they're in nothing but like their underwear, and they're just like seductively dancing, and people are like sitting in front of them. There's like a band that plays. I guess there's a well-known band because you can be a
Cantina
musician.
band.
Yeah, because you can play
But it's
music
like
in
a
Final
band
Fantasy
of,
now.
Yeah, exactly. You can play music with like the keyboard. You can play actual music with your keyboard and play the notes on an
Oh
instrument.
right.
So this Lalafell band get together and they go to the whatever this public place is in the game, and they start playing real songs like from real life, and people just stand around and fucking watch them play music.
It is
And
funny.
I was just
Their Second
what the
Life.
fuck? Yeah.
Because
Dwight's second life.
I was in Final Fantasy 14 for a while, and I went by like into the main cities. You go to like a bar or to the local inn or whatever, and there'd be people playing in there, just like because there's like an add-on you can get where it'll transcode like a song that you put into it into like a MIDI
Oh yeah,
thing, and it'll record like the whole song in MIDI, and then you can just you keybind it to one of your keys in Final Fantasy, and it'll play it using the instrument that you have, right?
yeah. Oh.
And so
That's
you just stand
third-party
there and play
mods.
it. Yeah, and then people will just gather. And one time I heard like Journey, like a Journey song. I was like, oh, sweet. And I just sat there and just listened
You
to it.
think that's
and I
what
was
they're
like,
doing? You think they're faking it? You think they're just hacking it? They're not actually playing?
No, they're not actually playing it.
You
No
don't think
fucking
so?
way. No.
Worlds apart, hearts
Oh.
broken into.
Okay, but they were actually playing like Daft Punk and stuff. So I was like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck? There's
Weird.
no way.
That is so weird.
It's pretty sweet, actually.
It's weird to me because like I'm not a big MMO player. I don't do the role play thing. When I did play them, I used to play WoW, a little bit of what was that other one? That free one that we played,
Guild Wars?
Guild Wars. I
Oh,
played
yeah.
Guild Wars 1
Guild Wars
a
2.
lot.
Guild Wars 2.
Guild Wars 2 is sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I played Old Republic, but like, I just these people just don't like. That's their game, and like that's their life. You know, when they game, that's what they play, and that's it. You know, and they just get super into it, and that's wild.
Role-playing.
I love Final Fantasy 14. Fucking awesome. So, games time stuff. I'm still playing Dark Souls or Demon Souls, and I'm loving it. I'm actually crushing bosses left, right, center. Bam, bam, bam. You know, I got to a part though where I'm pretty it's a way harder level than all of them else or all the other ones, and it's quite tough. It's getting me a bit frustrated, but I'll get through it. I'm just gonna go grind some more and put some points into some health and whatnot, and I'll get through it. Don't
you
worry
have to
about
like
me, guys.
level up or whatever?
Yeah, right now I'm at like soul level
Soul
60
level.
or something. Whatever it is, 55, 60.
Your
And
soul is mine.
each
just
level will
about to
have
say
different enemies that are weak to different things, right? So when I'm leveling up and I hit a level that I need like piercing damage, or I need a lot more
Piercings.
magic to deal with certain enemies, right? Then I'll put points into those things. So now I'm just at a level where I need to put points elsewhere to like kind of get through it a bit easier. So that's probably what I'm gonna do now. But a little like a gripe I have with this one is like they don't hold your hand at all, right? There's no end game. There's nothing. They don't do anything. They don't tell you where to go. They don't tell you anything. So after you beat a boss, you get their soul, like a big demon soul. Okay, and you can either consume this demon soul to get like level up points, like more little souls to level up your points, or I didn't know this. Okay, or you can use it to upgrade weapons and upgrade like secret forges that you have to go find, right? To forge like epic weapons, like sick weapons. I didn't fucking know this. So I've just been consuming all these demon souls. And I'm like, wow, I'm like, this is really easy. Like I'm getting so much I'm leveling up so fast. But like you're not really supposed to do that. You're supposed to take the really valuable boss souls and go forge new weapons with them.
Oh, so you were using
And-
them for XP or something?
Yeah, so I was using them for XP. I wasn't using them to craft the new weapons, like the sweet
He's just got like a
weapons.
level 1 shitty sword he's
Yeah,
using at all
exactly.
these bosses.
Exactly. That's
Level
what's
one.
happening. So so I go and I'm like, there's got to be, because now my swords aren't doing much damage, right? And I'm like, I can level them up, but they're still not getting strong. Like the level that they're going up, I can see the damage they're doing, the number, and it's not really going up much more. It's like hitting kind of like a ceiling. And I'm like, well, these weapons aren't strong enough. So then I go to Google and I'm like, how do I get better weapons? And it's like lists all these fucking sick weapons. I'm like, what the fuck? Where are all these weapons? And it's like, oh, you must kill this boss, use this boss's soul to upgrade this blacksmith's forge. I'm like, what the fuck? Like nowhere in the game would tell you that. You'd have to go online to search it. So I'm almost done the game. I got like maybe 4 more levels, and I've got this fucking sword that's not doing much damage. And I'm like, and I can't upgrade anything because I had to use the second boss's heart. He's like a fire demon. I had to use his fire demon soul to upgrade the forge. I consumed that soul, so now the forge can't do any upgrades because I consumed the fucking soul. So I'm completely fucked now. So now I
Sounds
just
like
gotta
you're gonna have to restart.
So now I just got to upgrade these weapons as much as I can, like base weapon upgrades. They're not anything special. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I was kind of pissed that like they didn't I didn't see the hint anywhere in the game where I could upgrade this guy's forge because I've went to him before. But there's no options like upgrade forge. I would have been like, "Oh, click that." It's like, "Oh, you need this soul and this."
No
Nothing like that.
tutorials.
There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing like that.
The NPC doesn't even say like you need to bring me the soul of this. No. Wow.
I am Deckard Cain. You need to bring me the sword of truth.
I was born in it.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
The Dark Souls. Batman.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Yikes.
that's where I'm at now.
That is shitty.
So just do a new game plus in hard mode or something.
Like it is a fantastic game. I'll probably replay it as like a magic user because I'm always like a warrior. I'm always a fucking warrior every game I play. But
because it's easiest. It's just easiest to fucking power through everything.
Not in this game because if you're a warrior, then you're gonna have to be dodging and rolling and blocking and parrying and all that shit. But with magic user, I'm just firing from like 50 feet away, and I'm like, blamp, blamp, dead.
Ranged
blamp, blamp.
combat. Yeah, I guess so.
I did that in Skyrim recently. With the most recent playthrough I did of Skyrim, I did a magic user, which I never did before.
Yeah, I never do magic.
It's pretty fucking sweet.
I never do magic.
It's very powerful, but you just can't take a hit.
It seems to be like that. If you get hit, you're
cannot
completely
take a
fucked.
hit.
And that's the thing. Like, if
fucking
you're a magic,
cloth.
if you're a magic user in Demon Souls, and that demon somehow gets close to you, you're so fucked. Like one shot, you're fucking dead. Like every
Glass
aspect, every.
Typical glass
What else am I
cannon.
going? I wanted to try out Monster Hunter Rise by Capcom. There, I saw everyone playing it, and then a new one came out. There, the expansion.
Yeah.
Sunrise. So yeah, I bought it. And
You bought it?
Yeah.
Did you get cash back on that?
And I was like, well, this would be really cool on my phone because it's like a Switch port. It's from Nintendo Switch. So I thought it'd be really cool on my phone. So I've got my Game Sir X2 USB controller for my phone where it like clips on the side of my phone and turns it into like pretty much a Switch. It looks exactly like a Switch. And I spun that game up, Monster Hunter Rise on Steam, using the cloud Steam link to my computer. And it is freaking awesome. It is so good. So I'm sitting out on the patio watching
The game
dogs
is good,
play.
or the
Yeah.
Oh,
The game's good. The connection was good. Everything was great. I was sitting outside on the patio with my phone in Switch mode, connected to my computer downstairs, just streaming Monster Hunter Rise right to my phone and playing it. It was pretty sweet. It's nice. You just pick it up. You take a couple of quests from the hub and you go do them, kill some monsters.
I
Pretty
played
sweet.
I
I'm
played
enjoying
the
it.
original, the Monster Hunter World. It was too. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know. It was too.
When did
it
you
was
play that?
When it came out.
Oh.
It was too like Japanese for me. Like it's really like
Monster
one of
Hunter
those
I think this
weird,
one's
like,
less.
Japanese.
I think this
like
one's
the
a little bit
music.
less.
I was just like, like constantly have like a song repeating over and over in the background all the time, and I'm just like, and just
Okay, yeah,
like
they
the
have that.
character, the characters
It's
all
Capcom,
look
though.
the same. Yeah, I don't.
That's Capcom.
It didn't do it for
They're
me.
I
like-
played the original on PlayStation 2. I bought it.
Oh.
And I
Wow.
played it. I thought it was really cool at the time because I liked that aspect. It was very Japanese. It was a Japanese RPG, basically. I loved the armor, the characters, the look of everything. I don't remember the music much. It was a long time ago. In fact, the last time I played it was in this room that I'm sitting in right now. And I was over there, and I just remember cooking a lot. And you guys would look at every time I would be playing. You guys would look at the TV and be like, "What are you fucking doing in this game? You just cook shit." So I killed dinosaurs and put their meat over the spit, right, and just cook it because you needed to. You needed to fucking live because it was difficult to stay alive whenever you're trying to like carry this dino egg and bring it back to the bounty or whoever we would trade it into. And it was cool. I just don't think I played enough of it to really get into it, and then I just stopped playing it, and I just didn't get back into it. So, but I enjoyed what I played.
I'm liking Monster Hunter Rise. World was a bit weird for me. I don't know what it was. World was a bit weird, but Rise seems a bit better in my opinion. I didn't really play too much World.
Is it an expansion or like what the fuck is it?
No,
is it
it's
new one?
it's like it's just like
Just
a
a new
new
game?
one that was made for Switch, and they brought it over to PC. World is more extravagant. I'd say it's more extravagant. This one's more like Earth, like brought back down. Like it's not so much. This one's nice. I like it. And that's for what I'm currently playing. I did watch the Nintendo Direct Mini that came out like last week.
Oh yeah, I did not see that.
Streaming like the keynotes or something, like a presentation.
Yeah. Well, it was just a rapid fire third party.
Well, there's Direct,
game
which is like their biggest one. They're like half an hour show or something like that. And then this is like a smaller one.
This one was for the third party companies there.
Oh.
There's a few that caught my eye. Harvestella, which is like Harvest Moon meets Final Fantasy. That looked pretty sweet.
I'll look into that.
That looked pretty sweet. You do your farming, you got your house, and then you go up into the mountains to fight these like demons that bring night or like dark seasons, so your crops can't grow or something like that. You got to kill them for the sun to come back up, something like that, to get the crops going. Yeah, it looked pretty cool. There was another one called Live Alive, which is like an old school looking RPG.
I told you guys about that one when I covered the Direct in a previous episode.
It looks really cool. That one looks really cool. It's like
that's the one where you like go back in time and you can like choose who you play through, like as a cowboy or like yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a play through different heroes in their stories from like different universes in time and stuff like that.
And eras, yeah.
Maybe got like a little Chrono Cross vibe. But it looks like Octopath Traveler. Have you guys seen that? It's like an old school RPG looking, but it's like 3D, like the layers.
Sounds familiar.
How they do the layers
Sounds very
it's
familiar.
beautiful. It looks so nice.
Octopath Traveler?
Yeah. Looks really nice. I played Octopath Traveler for a couple hours. It was also very cool. But I heard that game was fucking long, so I was like, I'm not gonna play this for like 8 hours.
It looks like an old 16-bit kind of.
Yeah, but the way they do the graphics and how it's like layered,
Octopath
really
Traveler.
Really cool. Yeah,
It looks
really
cool. I like the cover art. Looks very
Apparently
cool.
it's fantastic. Fantastic game. It's just very long.
It's on Switch. Yeah, it's only Switch.
Which one?
Octopath Traveler.
No, that's everywhere. The Live Alive is on Switch. Or coming
Yeah,
on
this
Switch.
looks like the games that I used to like love when I was like old JRPGs. Like
Saga
Lunar,
Frontier was
like
was
Saga
one of them, wasn't
Frontier, Lunar. Remember the Lunar?
yeah.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah. Maybe you
I
should
love
play
that
this
shit.
Octopath Traveler. Take you a
Maybe
while.
I'll write it down here. Octopath
Put it on your phone.
Traveler. My
Little,
phone.
Steam,
I'll just use
like
the
Steam
Switch.
play it. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, you got a Switch, eh? Must be nice, eh?
Octopath.
Other things is God of War Ragnarok finally got its release date for November 9th, 2022. You guys still haven't played the God of Ragnarok or the God of War 2018. You have to fucking play it. You have to play it. It was free on the PlayStation Plus thing. And if you didn't grab it, you're a fucking idiot.
Really? I didn't. Did I know that? Maybe I did. Maybe I did grab it.
But it's a must. It's like you guys got to play it. Like the story didn't take me long at all, and it was fantastic. But I'll be jumping on that one when that drops. The trailer looked pretty sweet. They showed like a massive Fenrir, like he was going up against Fenrir. Oh
wolf?
hell yeah!
The werewolf, Fenrir Greyback.
Greyback.
And my last bit of game time is the rumored Switch Pro. So
Ooh.
I've decided to wait to see if this is real. I'm not going to buy Switch Pro. Or I'm not going to buy Switch now. The rumor has it that they're going to announce the Switch Pro this summer sometime, with a possible Q4 2022 release, or maybe a Q1. Now, this guy could be mistaken, and the shit that he saw while he was data mining is actually the Splatoon Switch that is coming out, because that's coming out in August.
Like a
It's like a
themed
cool-
Switch?
Yeah, it's like a cool looking themed Switch OLED.
Doesn't come with Splatoon though, people.
No.
Okay. Doesn't
The
come. with the
Nintendo wouldn't
themed
do
game.
that.
That's like the Animal Crossing one.
Yeah,
Like
fucking
we were
assholes.
when we were looking at Switches. Pam was like, "Oh, I want the Animal Crossing Switch. It comes with the game, and it's got it's pink and blah
Nah,
blah."
don't.
I looked at it. I'm like, "This
Oh,
doesn't come
Pam.
with the game. This doesn't come with the game. It's just a fucking." And they sold out everywhere, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I don't hear any announcement by the end of August, then I'll probably pick up a Switch OLED in September.
I know what a Switch Pro would be like.
Cool.
Why not just come out with a Switch?
Because it's so.
Two. I don't know.
What are they?
Switch
What are they
Pro.
going to do after a Switch? What could they possibly think of?
Yeah, I guess
It's been 10 years.
Nintendo
just a
VR.
hardware refresh.
I think they're just gonna make it.
Nintendo VR. That was a thing already. Remember?
What was the
Remember that
Game Boy
old-
VR?
No, remember that old fucking Nintendo? I think it was called Nintendo VR, wasn't it? Oh, Virtual Boy. That's what it was
Virtual
called.
Boy. Yeah.
Remember that shit? It was
Yeah,
like
no.
red. You put your face in it, and like you had a controller, and it was just all like red, like wireframe, weird shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
this is like old.
That was
school.
before my time.
That's a long time
that
ago.
was old. But yeah, I think they said upgraded processor, just upgraded resolution, that kind of stuff. But like, it'll play all your Switch games, and anything that comes out for that will also be played on the Switch as well. So,
True.
like,
Fuck.
what else? What else are they gonna do? They can't make a new whole Nintendo. You know how much the Switch is just so big. It's a very small machine. Established. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, very established.
Big
So
footprint
I don't think
in
I don't
people's
think they'll be
homes.
getting rid of the Switch anytime soon, but like a hardware refresh needs to be done, and I want that. I don't want the Switch that's out now.
All right. Cool.
Yep, cool.
Huh.
Well, we're an hour in. We should probably talk about our main fucking topic.
Yeah,
I was going to use a segue and say they made a movie of Monster Hunter starring Mila Jovovich, which I never watched.
I watched it. It was not good.
You saw it? Okay, well, let's go into
Where
it then.
is this?
Our topic for the episode, well, our second, well, I guess it's our topic,
The
topic,
main topic. Yeah.
is movie adaptations of games. Now, I did some research, and there was an editorial on Rotten Tomatoes, okay, about video game movies, where it listed all 49. I guess they had 49 movies. I think it's all movies ever made of games.
Did you have that somewhere here?
And it had their ratings, okay? The highest rating was 86% for the
Oh.
critics, the critics score,
Wow.
which was a movie called Werewolves Within.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Angry Birds 2 was in second place at 73%. Now, after those two, nothing is over 70%. This is critic score, though. The tomato meter, which I don't really think means anything. Like, those critics are like, who gives a shit what they say? Like, you want to see what the audience is, right? The audience score is what I would go by. But they didn't have that on the list. So I went through and I checked each one, and I got the audience score for each one, and I compared
Nice.
them. So the highest audience score movie was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. 96% user rating.
Really?
The lowest audience score on the list was House of the Dead at 10%. The lowest critic score was Alone in the Dark with a score of 1%.
I was gonna watch that one.
I've never seen these movies, but I had seen some of these movies. A lot of them as kids, though, like Mortal Kombat, that old Street Fighter movie, which we absolutely loved as kids. but I'm sure are horrible. Maybe actually, I did recently watch Mortal Kombat.
I watched it. I watched it for this.
I watched Mortal Kombat
yeah?
recently, and it was pretty good. Actually, it was like, man, I love this, but it might be just like a nostalgia thing. It's like I love this movie, like the music.
The first Sonic
I
was
freaking
great,
loved the
by the way.
music. Really?
I don't know if you guys watched it. I fucking loved it. So I don't
the
know.
first Sonic, the newest first Sonic. Is there?
Yeah. The one with Ben Schwartz plays him. It's Ben Schwartz's voice. Fuck Tony.
And Jim Carrey.
And Jim Carrey.
Okay.
Yeah, Jim Carrey. Yeah.
And then Thrillhouse told me that his dad just threw on the second one from Paramount Plus or whatever. And he said it was like even better. He was like, it was like so charming and like hilarious. So I don't know. I want to check it out.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway,
okay,
sorry.
yeah,
I just
I'll have
wanted to check because
them
I
out.
don't know if you guys saw it, but I recommend it because I thought it was very fun.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I did see some of the stuff that's there, obviously. But the biggest score differential, I went and got the differentials between the critic score and the user scores. The widest differential was on the new Uncharted movie. 50% differential. So the user score was 90% and the critic score was 40%. So like, who are you supposed to trust here? I trust the user score mostly, the audience score.
I definitely would not give that movie a 4 out of 10.
You just gotta see it
Uncharted
for
was
yourself.
good.
That's why
It was
I don't
good. It
like
was a
it.
good
Well, what
movie.
did we give it? We gave it a 7, 6.
Yeah. I think I don't remember
6.5
what
or
I
something.
don't remember everything, but
That I still
But,
haven't
like-
seen. I've got to watch it. I want. I
it's
was
good.
curious.
It's good. It's fun
about
It's good.
watching it.
Yeah, it's like a fun movie, but like a lot of the ratings from the tomato meter are not good. Even in the user scores like are not good. Let me check here. So if you look at the audience score, there's a couple movies around 70%, but after that it drops to like 48. So anyway, the majority of them I would say are not very good ratings. So like
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of
overall-
low numbers.
yeah. Even from
Yeah.
from audience, from critic. So like the video game adaptations are generally not very good, right? That's what we came to the conclusion.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot about Detective Pikachu. Another one I absolutely loved. By the
It
way,
was
I don't
pretty
know if
fun.
you
It
guys
was
saw
good.
that one,
I
but
did.
I
Yeah,
fucking
I did.
loved
We saw it in
Detective
theater.
Pikachu. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it was good. Now concerning the highest rated by critic score, this
Yeah.
Werewolves Within
And
movie,
audience.
it's horrible. It was a horrible movie. I don't understand how
Just
are they
goes to show you,
giving
man.
how are they giving like it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't a fucking it was a joke. Like it was like a joke horror shitty
Like a
movie.
farce.
Like why?
Yeah.
How did they give this a 86% out of all of those other movies? They give this one 86%. I can't even understand it. Like it was so dumb. Like it was a dumb movie. Like it was a dumb comedy horror movie, and the critics are giving this at 86%. Like I cannot. I almost turned it off. Actually, like, I just sat through it for this
our
to
homework.
like yeah. Like I was just like, what the fuck? This movie sucks. But man, I couldn't believe it. But why are they generally so bad? Generally, we have an answer.
I don't
to that.
know.
I mean, that is it.
I have. I have
Well,
some
let's
points
hold on.
regarding that.
Yeah, let's get
Nathaniel's
that.
got a
let's-
thought.
No, let's get to that after.
What?
So
You want to get?
Did you watched Angry Birds 2 and this werewolf movie, right?
I watched the first Angry Birds and Werewolf, and the Werewolf
Okay.
movie.
I chose to watch Street Fighter 1994, the excellent retro movie
Fucking
with
Van
Van Damme. I decided to watch Prince of Persia with Jake Gyllenhaal,
You're a
And-
lookalike.
my doppelganger. Yep.
Yeah, right.
And
In your fucking dreams.
I
bud.
watched
In your dreams.
and I watched Warcraft because Alma wanted to watch Warcraft because she hasn't seen it. So I've played 2 out of the 3 of those games. I didn't play Prince of Persia back in the day, but I just watched the movie. I can start with Street Fighter. That movie was fucking ridiculous. It was so bad, but it was awesome. What's funny, what I found funny is M. Bison was a joke. He's a complete fucking joke in that movie. Like he's building, I don't even remember what he was holding ransom. Like the world, he was holding the world ransom for $20 billion. Like
20 billion.
$20 billion he wanted for something. I don't remember what he wanted. I don't remember what he exactly wanted. But like he just breaks everyone's neck in that movie. It's so
Who
funny.
plays M. Bison?
Some guy with big bulgy eyes. You can put him up on the screen whenever you edit this. But it's so
look
funny.
him up right
It's
now.
so funny. He's like, he captures all these like UN soldiers. They're supposed to be UN soldiers, and he brings them into his hideout. And he's like, "So here you are. He's like, you came all this way to fight me. It's now your chance." And then the UN soldier's like, "Okay." And then Ed Bison just grabs him, breaks his neck, fucking throws him down. And then the next guy comes and he's like, "You're next." And the next guy's like, and then he breaks his neck too. And he's like, "Pathetic." And he like walks away. It's fucking awesome.
I think
And
we
then,
know this guy. I'm looking at him right now. He definitely looks familiar.
And
That
then the
is so
guy who
dumb.
like he breaks his neck, he's some fat like American soldier. Like, no way, someone's in the military and that out of shape. Like, just some guy just breaks his neck.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, he does have bulgy eyes.
Yeah, it's big bulgy eyes. Another Sagat's like some kind of weapon smuggling mob boss. It's very strange. Ken is a fucking loser. Like, just like this American loser. His jokes weren't funny at all. Like his one-liners, so bad. Vega and Sagat are definitely into each other. Into this
Oh.
movie, like, yeah, I think so. Like,
Really?
the way,
In the 90s?
I think in the way Vega was looking at him in certain ways, I was like, oh wow, Vega wants that dink for sure. But like Van Damme, like Guile, he was a fucking asshole in this movie. He's just a dickhead. And he's like, UN. He's got his muscles from Brussels accent, right? From, where's he from? Brussels. He's from Brussels. And he's got this big American flag. I'm like,
Yeah.
this guy's not American. Like, not fucking American. And then he's like, just can't understand
He's
a word he's
French,
fucking
right?
saying. Yeah.
So he just
can't
has a
understand a
French
word he's saying.
accent. Yeah, he's clearly American.
French.
American hero. French American hero. That's funny.
It was ridiculous.
They should
So
have
I'll just-
overdubbed his voice. Imagine they dubbed
some of the
his voice
dubbing
over.
was terrible. It was like because there was a lot of like, I guess like Asian people, Asian actors, but like they had to dub them over because their English was
Oh.
probably so bad. Like it was.
Oh, wow.
So, it was brutal.
Yeah, I don't
Really?
remember that at all. I don't remember it.
That's
Um,
funny.
But the big thing was he's in M. Bison's in his hideout and he's like showing his new vision of his hideout. Like this, I think the 20 billion he wanted was to create a new hideout.
A new base.
A new base, yeah. And the
This
base
place
was
is falling
called
apart.
the fucking base was called Bisonopolis.
Wow.
And he's like, this is where the food court's gonna go. He's like, we got to make sure the food court is very big, so all the corporations come in. They're gonna want their spot in here. And he's like talking about the food court
Like,
in
what
his
the
new
fuck?
in his new fucking Bisonopolis.
It's like it's a mall.
Yeah,
It sounds like a mall.
Bison Mall. Mall Bison.
And I'm like, is this what he wanted the $20 billion for? To build this fucking
To
M.
build a
Bison
fucking mall.
mall?
That is so dumb.
It was fucking
This is where the
stupid.
EB Games will go.
It was so stupid. And at the end, there's like an old Capcom commercial with all these Capcom kids like 90s Capcom kids with their pink or neon green spiky hair. They're like, oh, I love Street Fighter. Street Fighter's the best. And they're like, show us your best Hadouken. And he's like, Hadouken. And there's just these fucking, wow. I was dying laughing.
Wow.
I forgot to,
Why?
I forgot to get it ready.
So
But
stupid.
man,
It's just
it was
extra
ridiculous.
marketing, I guess.
It was so bad.
Wow.
But like it was hilarious. It was fantastically hilarious. And it was just as I remember it.
Yeah, it's like a horrible movie. Like, why bother making that movie?
I think that's the whole point of it now.
Like
Like,
the-
I mean, obviously these aren't going to be good movies.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I can't say that because I've got notes.
Yeah, there's some good. Like, we're not doing movie reviews here, okay? We're just talking about adaptations.
Yeah. But like that had nothing because we've watched the anime, the Street Fighter anime. We've watched
That's sweet.
a lot of Street Fighter stuff, and it had absolutely zero to do with the fucking game or anime. Nothing.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
brutal.
I have a I have a point about that.
But like, I don't understand. Like Capcom's like, oh, this movie's fucking great. Release this movie as a street. Like, what were they thinking? But
Because it's Van
Back
Damme, man.
then.
People put people in
yeah,
the
Van
seats.
Damme was big. He was huge back then.
I was thinking, just in terms of like what I was philosophizing about these movie adaptations of video games, and I was like, I think they're just, again, there's exceptions. There's always exceptions, but I think they're just destined to kind of be lackluster because with modern gaming, in this day and age, they can be everything a movie is and more, right? When we're playing it now, amazing graphics, 12 hours to tell the story is and develop the characters as opposed to 2 max, and all that stuff, right? So they just at this point, it's like, okay, you can watch a gaming adaptation for the entertainment value, and maybe it'll be great. That's a bonus. Okay, that was actually a fucking sick adaptation. Great, that's a bonus. You go in thinking like, let's just see what they did with it. That's, I feel like, what a lot of modern gamers would go into a new movie adaptation, like Assassin's Creed. Let's just see what they did with it. Not expecting it to be amazing. If you're expecting it to be amazing, you're a fucking idiot. There's nothing, there's no way that the movie, I mean, regardless. So I just think that's why. It's because nowadays, anyway, we can just get more out of the actual game. But back then, in the 90s, these games that they were adapting didn't have like an established universe, established world, and like levels that you can and like, what's the word, complex characters and all this development and stuff. Like, how do you make a movie about Super Mario Bros? In what world can you place characters with a script?
It's just like
How
a
do you
random
invent
story.
that? Right, exactly.
Yeah,
How do you
okay, yeah.
So, and actually, it's funny because it kind of works in contrary. It can actually be a unique kind of representation of it because you have nothing to refer to in terms of comparison, right? You don't. I watched Super Mario Bros. Was one of my movies, right? So I'll just
93.
use
I love that movie.
1993 movie starring Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo,
I love that movie.
and the very venerable Dennis Hopper, who I think was actually the worst actor in the whole thing, which is funny. But I think it was the script. It had to have been. He was probably just like, I don't know. Anyway, so but if you think about that movie, how do you tell a Mario story? How do you take the Mario levels you see in the game and be like, okay, let's work that into a movie? You can't really.
Yeah.
So instead, you invent a dystopian alternative or alternate universe Koopa world where he's running for president, much like Biff Tannen in Back to the Future 2.
Oh, right.
It was the
true.
same
Oh,
kind
okay.
of
Yeah,
deal.
similar, yeah.
So, and I that's probably why when I was watching, I was like, I'm not hating this. Like, it gave me a lot of like Ninja Turtle vibes. I mean, a lot
I
of
think it was the
kinda
same guy.
stupid.
Was it not the same guy who made that?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, obviously
Keep
the
talking.
Goombas were all dumb. They were just giant lizards with like really small heads. I don't know what that was about. But I enjoyed it. I thought that like the duo between Mario and Luigi was funny, and it was easy to follow. So anyway, it was just an interesting point, and that's what I thought about. I was like, I guess it makes sense that you have to have this random movie because
But
if you
that's
have
for
an old game
movies,
you're adapting.
Old games.
Yeah.
But for new ones.
Specifically but for new ones, I just
There's a lot
don't
of
think you should
bad,
go in
shitty
expecting it's going to
movies.
be amazing.
Yeah, like how many more Resident Evil movies are they going to make? Like, God, man. Like,
I never
there's
watched them, actually.
6
I
fucking
think I-
movies. I watched the first one, and it was like, okay, why do you make more of these? Like, I don't know. I'm not a huge Mila Jovovich fan either, but whatever. But like, generally,
I liked her. I like
would
her in
say,
that Fourth Kind movie. It was wild.
Oh yeah,
I'm not watching that.
that gives me the shits. That movie.
Shit, it was fucking sweet.
No, I think I saw
Do you
some
guys
of it.
think Mortal Kombat was another example, I think, of that, right? Because how do you adapt a fighter world when it's just a map, with just a level with you two characters fighting?
wasn't
Like,
a
how do you
story?
make that into
Yeah,
a
but they
movie?
have a lot of lore in the Mortal Kombat.
I think
Oh,
they
do
have
they?
some lore,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there was comic books and shit back then. I would say it's
Oh.
because like there's such wildly outlandish subject matter as well that
in video games. Yeah.
in video
Yeah.
games, like typically that maybe doesn't translate to live action movies well. It could
Right,
require a lot of CGI. And if it isn't big budget, the CGI is going to be garbage. So it takes away from the experience. Like,
I gotta watch Mortal Kombat again.
but like that's probably what it is. But also, you can have a good cartoon-based video game movie because they can be really freaking good. So, so I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is, but I mean that's probably why. Like, it's just such crazy. Video games they're out there. They're
They're very
their,
they're fantastical.
Yeah.
Is
yeah,
that a
that's
word?
their that's
Should I
their
look that up?
their whole thing is they're to
They're over the
escape
top.
reality, over the top. Yeah, obviously.
So if you
So,
put
like,
that
making
in a
a game
movie,
like- or
you're
making
like,
a
this
movie like
movie is
that-
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like, what is this? Yeah, so that's
then you
probably
put
love.
then you put a controller in your hands while watching the movie. Like, oh, it's not so bad.
Oh, this
It's
is
like, oh,
awesome.
nice. Yeah, and you're like pretending to play.
I also thought that, I had this written down because Dad was a good example. I was like, maybe these modern game adaptation movies are also good for older generations that don't game, but maybe want an adventurous experience, even though they don't know it's a movie adaptation. Like, Dad was like, hey, Lamb, have we seen this Uncharted movie? I was like, I don't think you have. He doesn't even know anything about the game, right?
Right.
So I just wonder if
he
that's
watch
also kind of a. I don't think so. I don't think they've seen it yet.
They might like it.
It's kind of like almost a demographic by proxy. Really, it's not accident. It's kind of accidental. It wasn't a deliberate thing. But older generations might go into Assassin's Creed. Maybe what is it? What generation is that? These 50-year-olds or something who don't game or something. They see a trailer on the television on Assassin's Creed and they're like, oh, that looked interesting. Let's go and watch that. But they don't know it's fucking game or anything.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
So I don't know.
Yeah. I've seen the Assassin's Creed movie. Did you see it? It was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't
didn't
great,
watch it.
but
This brings me to my point after you. So go ahead. Sorry.
I didn't have anything.
Oh, so I put on Prince of Persia, right? So that's the second movie I watched. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. I thought it was pretty good. But again, I didn't play the game to like compare it to anything. So I was like watching it, and I'm like, this is more of an Assassin's Creed. This movie, I was like, this is more Assassin's Creed than the Assassin's Creed movie. It was insane. I was like, if they just slapped on Assassin's Creed Sands of Time, like you could definitely see that it could be an
Why, he
Assassin's
sent
Creed
himself
game.
back in time via consciousness?
No, but like the jumping around, the whole thing was more Assassin's Creed than the Michael Fassbender Assassin's Creed movie. Like way more Assassin's Creed. I enjoyed Prince of Persia the movie. I might just go back and play the game.
I gotta watch these Sonic movies.
I think I played the old one for like PlayStation 2. I might have played a bit of it, but it wasn't anything that really kind of grasped me. I remember there being some interesting little kind
That
of
was
things.
wasn't it a Super Nintendo game?
Well, like
think
Prince of
that's-
Persia had Jake
Could have been.
Gyllenhaal. It had Ben Kingsley.
Kingsley.
Oh, and Alfred Molina. What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dr. Octopus.
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hello, Peter.
and I don't want to spoil it for you
not
guys,
Peter.
but like one of these characters, he's always a fucking bad guy, like all the time.
Dennis Hopper. Koopa.
Koopa. But yeah, it was a pretty good movie. I watched it. I enjoyed it. The princess in that movie, nice,
Lovely.
very good looking. Yes.
I didn't hate Mario. I watched Max Payne as well. That was my other one.
Mark
I
Wahlberg.
didn't
Great
hate
game.
it because
Great game.
I love the game. I played 1 and 2. Of course, it's been ages, so I don't
Yeah.
really remember a lot of the details. But it was cool because
I
there
love
were
the
still
comic strip,
points and, like,
fucking like
yeah,
cutscenes.
and
like
in the
comic books.
movie, they nailed the lighting for that and
Oh, yeah?
everything. Like
Sweet.
it was all very. It was almost
Nice.
not Sin City type because it was less radical than that. It was still more. It was just really noir, kind of New York City. But they did a lot of highlights and kind of like a gray color grading. It was like every scene I saw in the movie, I could picture in the comic book strip that the cutscenes would show in like the first movie.
Nice, cool.
Or you just see the still frame, but you hear the voices and like the chat bubbles. I was like, that's cool. And he did like the quiet narration thing at the beginning, but it wasn't.
Nice.
the
Man, that was
words
such a
weren't
good
so-
game.
Oh man, I
The
remember
words
playing that game.
weren't so dooming as like the actual original game.
What is
'Cause
it?
he was saying some really heavy shit in the fucking game.
That bullet hole was an exclamation part in my life or something.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I googled them just to like refresh my memory, but there's so
pictures?
many I can't even remember.
The comic book?
No,
strips?
like this, like his sayings.
Oh,
like
do
his
you have one?
monologues.
Say one.
I don't have one on me. No,
Oh.
I have to Google it. That he was talking really quiet. It was almost too quietly though at the beginning. It was like Steven Seagal in the Toilet Boys video. I was just like, what? It was just very quiet, and I was like, okay. But all in all, it was cool, and there was this kind of like trippy element to it because there were definitely psychological moments, like thriller moments in the games. It's not just yes, you're a detective, in the New York Police Department, whatever it was. But there were some cool trippy moments in the games.
Yeah, like
and they
yeah,
kinda
that you
took
got
that in
poisoned. I
here.
think at one point. Remember,
Yeah.
you get poisoned, and you
You have to go
like
through your
that, and
house.
you're-
you go through your
You're
house,
walking
and
through
it's
your
like
hallucinations and shit.
yeah. I remember that. That was fucking
And so
cool.
they did that in the movie. There's this, kind
Is
of
it the story the
psychological
same?
thriller element
Like his
to it.
wife dies or whatever.
The story was the same. His wife and his baby were murdered, and
Yeah.
I don't think the movie is the same villain or whatever. Right? I
Plot.
think the game is like a different plot. That's the same story. It's just a different plot. But yeah, it was cool. They did like the slow-mo shooting. I was like, "Fuck,
Oh,
that's
cool.
sweet!" And
Well,
it really
that's
felt like
kind
Max
of a
Payne,
movie.
'cause-
That's kind of a game that they can actually maneuver into a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just
and I think that's
cops
why it
and-
worked okay.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
like Monster Hunter World, I'm sure that was great. Like
No, like it was
fucking
fucking
monsters, shitty CGI, just like the
bad. The
Resident
CGI
Evil.
was good. CGI was good, and
yeah.
Tony Jaa was in it, but he didn't really do too much martial arts because what's he gonna do? Like fight a fucking monster with martial arts? Like,
Punch a dinosaur.
and then
Just
he
knee
didn't
and
talk.
elbow.
He didn't talk in the whole movie. He didn't talk in the whole movie. So like,
How's his English? Would they have to overdub him?
yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
why.
That's probably why. Anyway, I found the opening narration for Max Payne.
Oh yeah.
They were all
Let's hear
dead.
those.
he's like, they were all dead. The final gunshot was an exclamation mark on everything that had led to this point. I realized my finger. I released my finger from the trigger, and it was over. I always remember that.
I
one.
remember
was
that.
Sweet. Then he's like, I don't know about angels, but it's fear that gives men wings.
Actually,
Man.
that's awesome.
And he's always like
because
this.
That has to do with the movie.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
When you're shooting people,
And he wore that like leopard cardigan, which I really missed in the movie. The movie he was wears Mark Wahlberg wearing like a black turtleneck or like a black dress shirt with black tie or something. I was like, fuck, you need to bring back that fucking sloppy leopard
with the-
cardigan because that
with the
is
leather
like
jacket over it.
Yeah.
Man, there's so
Fucking
many.
awesome.
Okay, well, what about movies? I was thinking, I had something written down here. Movies about games, not movies adapted from games, are way better than movies
Yeah.
adapted from games.
Yeah.
Ready Player
Give me-
One. Ready
I just
Player
watched that
One.
Just watched that one. That was really good.
Good example.
So good.
I
Free
really
Guy
enjoyed
was
that one.
funny. It was about
Oh,
a
yeah.
game. That was enjoyable. Remember The
I
Wizard?
didn't watch that.
The Wizard with
The Wizard, I remember
Oh,
you guys
that's-
talking about it. I never saw it.
Oh, you never
goes
saw
to
it?
California. He goes to
Well,
California.
I
it's
was
like-
too young for that.
it's about this like autistic kid who's good at Mario, like super good at Mario, and I guess someone
His brother
in his
brings
town
him
is
to
this
a
his brother?
competition.
Was his brother?
Yeah.
Okay, his brother like brings him to a Mario competition in California, and they're practicing always, but he kind of runs away to do it. Right? They run away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
so
yeah.
her
Let's watch
parents-
that again.
it's such a good.
Who plays him?
Yeah.
Who plays him again? The Wizard. Who plays the
It's-
main kid? We've
buddy.
seen him.
It's Ben Savage or Ben.
Yeah, Savage. Yeah.
Is he in Boy Meets World? Is that how
No,
I know
his
him?
brother. His brother. It's the guy with the
Oh,
mole.
okay.
The guy with the mole from
Mole.
Mole from,
Yeah. Right.
from
right,
Austin
Mole.
Powers.
Austin
Mole.
Powers.
Mole. But anyway, but they practice Mario so much, and then they get to the competition, and it's a new Mario game, and it was like Mario 3. It was a new.
Oh
fucking,
yeah. Okay,
And
I'm
it was like a
Oh.
world reveal of Mario 3. It was so cool. But
cool.
Wreck-It Ralph was really good. It was about a game.
I liked Wreck-It Ralph a lot.
It wasn't an adaptation of a game. It was about a game. Jumanji, the new Jumanji movies are fucking great.
Of course.
About a game.
That's strange, eh? It's about a game.
About a game is better than adaptation of games. What about...
At least there's a pattern. At least there's a pattern that it
Here's
is.
another pattern. TV show adaptations of games are better than movies adaptation of games.
Oh,
The Witcher.
The Witcher. Fuck. Such a good
Witcher.
fucking show.
Now,
Daniel,
again, do
you
you
tell
think-
me that you've watched
So
that.
good.
I've watched the first couple episodes.
Oh, you don't like Henry Cavill, that's why.
I'm not a big Harry Cavill guy. Hank
What?
Cavill.
You haven't watched The Witcher? Are you...
The
are
first
you-
couple episodes.
Are you nuts? Are you mentally nuts? Finish watching it.
I
Holy
will.
Crap,
I
man.
will at some point.
Oh, my God, dude.
But now, that could be because, again, television series, they have the time to develop everything.
Yes, they
And
have
have
time,
the budget, right? So that's also probably why they're bound to be a bit better.
The Dota anime was really good on Netflix.
Oh, the LOL
good.
anime was
Yeah?
fucking
Arcane.
awesome. Arcane was so
Yeah, it
fucking
was really good,
man.
And I never played League of Legends, but it was
Yeah.
fucking
And I was
great.
fucking hooked on that, yeah.
Yeah, Daniel, you should watch that. It's really good.
Like
But I would
the
say that-
animation
yeah.
style was out of this world. Like
was cool.
the way they did it was completely new. I've never seen anything like that before, and it was just my eyes were feasting. It was
Yeah,
so
I might
good.
rewatch it on my TV.
And
actually.
HDR,
That one.
fuck yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, yeah.
But I would say
Speaking
generally
of-
TV shows based on games better than movies from the few that I've seen.
Did you guys check out, because I haven't yet, I don't even know if it's out, I didn't even look, but the Edge Runner series, speaking of video game adaptation television
That's coming out in
shows?
September.
Oh,
the
okay, so
the
it's not
Cyberpunk
out.
one.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
not out
September. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
From the looks of it, looks gonna be sick.
yet. We
But
shall
it bodes
see.
well. It bodes well for the Last of Us coming out too. It's
Yep.
going to be a TV series, so that hopefully will
Right.
be good
Yeah,
as well.
see, if that was a movie, I doubt it would be very fulfilling.
So that's got to be
Is
it.
that
I think that's our. I think that's our our where we're landing is. They can't.
television shows?
Yeah, because in movies they just can't build those characters up because you're playing the game for 40 hours, right, or whatever it is, and
Yeah.
that character you become that character in a sense, right, where you're with them all that time, and it's developed so well, and then in a movie you got like an hour and a half with this character. Why do I give a shit about this character?
Yeah, and especially when you got a game like The Last of Us, which
Yeah.
is this fucking cinematic experience to begin with, where it's like you don't even need a movie really, just play the fucking game, and it's like you're watching a movie, but also in control of what happens and whatever. And obviously, there's specific. Again, like I said, there's always exceptions because like Sonic was great as a movie, but I think that this is why Hollywood just needs to just stop it with all the fucking prequels and adaptations and sequels and all this, because like they just need to hire writers with original scripts, and that will be Hollywood. If you want a movie, a 2-hour movie, it's got to be an original idea like
Yep.
Christopher Nolan does with the Inception and all that stuff, Interstellar, original scripts and screenplays, and just
Who's
leave
going to
them the
govern
game
that?
adaptations.
Hollywood.
I know. Well, that's the thing is I'm just philosophizing, right? But that's where I think that they'll find success instead of people complaining and bitching and moaning about the shitty Hollywood movies that they keep pumping out. They're shitty because they're not able to tell
Not
the
anything
story
new,
as
yeah.
well. And what else do? They tell a story in Hollywood. If you can't do that well, what are you? So they should leave the whole video game adaptation thing to television and animes. You know what I mean? Unless there's a specific instance where they can do it right, but oy.
Unless it's like a 3-hour movie that
No one's gonna sit through. I ain't sitting through 3-hour movies anymore.
Yeah, Nathaniel
what if it
can't even do
sucks?
that anymore.
it has to be
Yeah,
super good.
Fuck, that has to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we missed there on the game to?
I don't know. I would say I would watch Mario again. That's all I know. And Max Payne. I didn't hate him.
I think I'm gonna watch Max
So-
Payne. I think I'll watch Max Payne.
Yeah, watch Max Payne.
Okay.
It was,
I
it
love
was
his one.
pretty.
Couple of-
It was pretty cool.
I fucking love his one-liners.
Oh man, but there were a lot of funny moments in fucking Mario. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I had to write some of them down. Like again, translates so weird because they were calling Dennis Hopper Koopa even in his like human form before he even like transformed into his version of it in like the alternate universe. And like the Goombas were his stupid fucking cousins, and one of them was the guy
His
from
cousins.
yeah,
Hell.
the guy, one of them.
Yeah. I've seen him before.
One of them. He looks like I don't know. He was in an episode of Friends. He was in that Only You movie.
I think I know the guy you're
think.
talking about. This tall, skinny guy,
Yeah.
No, he has a bit of a
big nose.
Or is
yeah. But anyway,
I remember them.
But it was funny because they were so fucking stupid. Koopa was so sick of them like bungling everything that he puts them in the evolving machine to make them smarter, right? But I wrote down Koopa makes his cousins smarter in the evolution machine because he's tired of them fucking up, but they're still dumb as fuck. That they just use fancier words like a thesaurus, right? Like they just went around.
Yeah.
Because they were still doing stupid shit, but they were
Was
just
she
using
corpulent?
fancier
Very
words.
corpulent. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah, that guy. That's the guy I'm talking about. Was she corpulent?
Big Bertha.
Big Bertha.
Yeah.
Was she corpulent?
it was, again,
Very corpulent.
Another point was I love how they got their green, like Luigi got his green and Mario got his red and blues from this like alternate universe because this fashion sense was so outlandish, right? It wouldn't have made sense in the real world. In the real world, they were just wearing hoodies and their plumber outfits.
That's right. Yeah.
But they were wearing their like Mario and Luigi outfits in this alternate universe, and I was like, oh, that actually works really well because
I'm looking at pictures.
it's all over the top, right? It's all outlandish. Anyway, and Toad wasn't a toad at all. He
What
was a
was
guy
Toad?
first, and
I don't
then they
remember
turned
Toad
him
in
into a Goomba, so he wasn't a toad ever in the movie, which is
No,
funny.
that's just his name, Toad. He's not a toad.
Yeah, I guess, but he wasn't
Toadstool.
like a mushroom or whatever the fuck.
It's
it
short
was.
for
Stool.
toadstool, right?
Toadstool.
Oh man, that's funny.
No, he wasn't Toad, is I guess what I meant. Like any other, he wasn't a non-human form other than the.
Can we stop
Goomba.
saying toad? It's lost all meaning. Toad. It's so fucking weird.
Oh man, yeah. Anyway, so that wraps up our video game movie adaptations chat, where each of us kind of watched some older and newer ones, just to kind of get our impressions about that. And all in all, not so bad. All in all, pretty bad.
Yeah.
And like column A,
and I
little
think-
column B.
Yeah, and I think we've landed on what makes it so bad in movies. Yeah, and I agree with that. I agree with that very much. So
So, for the listeners, I mean, what is your favorite video game movies? Let us know. Why do you think maybe that they're generally not very good? If it's something we didn't mention, that'd be interesting to see people's favorite movies if they comment. That's it for this week's episode. We want to thank everyone for taking time to listen or watch. Please be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and give us a rating and review on your podcast platform of choice. Helps us out to get more listeners, to reach more listeners who might enjoy the show. Remember, you can also send us a direct message on Facebook, Instagram. You can give us a tweet, leave a comment on the YouTube video, ask us any questions. Thanks again, everyone, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
peace.
See ya.